we have a 1978 Corvette. This one apparently was also a pace car at one point in its life. But this one is here because the owner is actually the guy who owns the Prelude. Insert Prelude thingy here. He likes working with us. And this is another story like the Prelude, which is, it was at either a shop or some guy's house, I think some guy's house. And this one had been there for like 6 years. I'm not sure entirely what they were doing. I know that it's gotten a crate motor or whatever and some other stuff. I'm not sure when all that stuff got done. But whatever happened with the other place, guy, and he wasn't getting any progress. And so this guy was like, hey, will you guys take on this project too? And we were like, yeah, we planned it out. We were like, drop it off. It'll be nice. And we'll get to it. Because all it needed was wiring to be finished. Wiring was there. It got here. I saw the wiring and I went, no, we're not doing this. That, and it's a 78. It's really hard to find diagrams that haven't been drawn on and poorly pictured and posted on the internet. So we got a painless harness and we're going to reharness this entire car. One, it's going to be easier than the Mazda pickup that we're doing the LS in because it's a carbureted car. We're not doing anything fancy with that. And two, I don't want to figure out what the last 40-ish years people decided to do in the wiring aspect of this car. So with the interior, that was my definitive point of going to a painless harness. We looked under the dash and oh my God. So it does have Dakota digital dash or cluster and stuff like that, which, those wires I can find a diagram online, but the rest of this is just a nightmare. This is not what you want to see when you're, going to finish a wiring job on a car. And the other thing too was the only thing that works in this car is the lights under the dash and the starter. So yeah, nothing works in this car. All right, so first things first is we're going to take out the harness that's in here. I'm going to pretty much start from the bulkhead connector, which is down in that crevice under there covered in dirt. I'm gonna take that out. That way, essentially from that point on, the harness this way is going to come off. And that way we can start routing the new harness back to that bulkhead, and then we can work our way from the inside bulkhead back. Just because that's kind of a difficult place to get to, and we want to make sure that we kind of keep a flow going. Well, that's not that good of a sign. I was taking off the alternator wire and I tapped the brake master and it didn't spark.
The battery's probably dead.
It's tried to crank and the lights turn on.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it is.
And I also don't know where this bundle of, there's a couple random wires coming out of the firewall right here, and I don't know what to go to. Oh, that's a vacuum hose.
Yeah, no, they're all vacuum lines.
Okay. So the only thing that's left is this stuff over here that I can't reach in there with one hand.
Yeah.
And did you see this little like control box thing under the center console?
Yeah, it's for the Dakota digital gauges.
Oh.
And it looks like it's wired horribly. So that's another, I just don't want anything to do with what this guy did with wiring.
You know,
he definitely looks like
with how much wiring it needs, dude, I don't really think it's going to be as cheap as you think it is, but
well,
I think what we should do today is try to get it to start. Because if we can get it to start, we can be like, hey man, it runs. Can you send us the money for the harness and the wiring we did in the engine bay? And then now Brandon's going to do the interior.
Okay.
Because that's a whole nother, that's a shit show in there.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that's this side of the engine bay. We'll get the headlight.
Well, yeah, there's stuff under there on this side.
Yeah, I'm wondering where that goes into the firewall or wherever.
Crab claw.
We're not gonna crab claw it.
Crab claw, crab claw, crab claw. I think that's how we should have removed it.
You shut up.
Giving us no choice but to redo everything.
The one-handed thing?
Yeah,
The crip.
the cripple.
You want to say that's a good connection?
It's fine.
I just spit on it.
What if you crab claw it?
We're not gonna crab claw it.
Crab claw, crab claw.
Oh, so that the two thing, the connector with the two?
Yeah,
That's for the fuel pump?
that's what I'm guessing.
Okay. This is all I'm good for right now. Unboxing.
Your words.
Oh, with one hand.
Throw that away. Pee-pee. Oh my God.
I'm in business with a child. God, I love Painless. Even new connectors. Because they know these are all going to be crusty, old, and broken. Now that's fucking instructions, which Fred will never look at.
Nope. I just start guessing. It's labeled, isn't it? Yeah, it's all labeled, dude. Why do you need instructions? It tells you where everything goes. Oh, this is still connected. Come disconnect this, fool.
I'm not there yet.
Reddit!
That was your side.
Yeah, I told you I couldn't reach that stuff. Ancestry that is deeply rooted in voodoo magic. And sometimes I have visions of the future, okay? And that was something that I saw.
You didn't even say it was a vision of the future, so I know that's a lie. You weren't looking into a crystal ball.
I don't have to explain it. I just
Everything needs an explanation.
I knew that. What did I say? Give it an hour, that motherfucker's gonna be taking the crab claws
Oh my
out,
God.
and he's gonna be snipping that harness. Here we are.
I fucking hate you. I'm more mad that I knew you were gonna be like, oh, you should have just used it.
Yeah, because you should have.
No, I shouldn't have.
What the fuck
This
is
motherfucker-
this?
I don't know. What is it?
I don't know, but you could have saved like.
Well,
half an
use
hour.
your future sight and tell me what it is.
I told you it's just certain things, dude. Okay, sometimes I just have a feeling.
I thought it
And
was.
that
I
was
thought it
one of
was
the
your
things-
insight, not a
That
feeling.
was one of the things that I had a vision, and so therefore I had a feeling.
Oh my God.
And look at that. He could have just left all that shit plugged in.
I'm not going to. I'm going to run new wires everywhere. Because that's what we have, and these wires suck.
You don't have new connectors.
No. We can get new connectors if we don't have them. There's a lot of new connectors in there.
He's trying to make this one-day project turn into a 6-day ordeal and ordering parts and shit.
Whatever, paint boy. I want to do it right.
That's not doing it wrong.
How is it not? It's still broken connectors.
They're not broken. They weren't broken until you fucked with them.
No, they were broken.
They would have been fine if you just left it plugged
This
in.
one was
crab
plugged
clawed the
in, and
harness
one of
right
them was
there.
just shoved off to the side because of how they plugged it in.
That's not the headlight harness.
No, that's how you see, though.
What?
Mr. Future Sight.
I didn't say that you should crab claw that. I said you should just crab claw that, which you did.
So then the stuff that had
Hey,
broken
where does this
connectors, I
go?
shouldn't crab
Hey,
claw.
where does this go?
So let's just start routing, and then whenever we have a, I don't know what the fuck this is, move on from there.
Sweet, so exactly what I was saying to do.
You need to shut the hell up and get out of my way, bitch.
Whatever, dude. We could be halfway done with this thing by now.
No, we couldn't.
Yeah?
I was over there for 5 minutes at most.
Yeah. 5 minutes and you could have been hooking up this new harness.
Shut up.
Where's the flashlight? I'm going under the dash and I'm gonna start clawing.
Don't you fucking dare.
We got Steve taking the seat out because I only got one hand right now. And these seats didn't come in this, I believe. That's why they don't fit. Hell yeah. Now I'm gonna start taking this dashboard out. You know what's funny is those seats sit up so high that even when I'm sitting in here, my head touches the roof. It needs like some lower seats because otherwise when you're driving, you're gonna be looking at this. Well, that's probably why the gauges don't work.
Yeah, I would assume so. Let's put everything on without the plugs being plugged in. Brilliant.
Okay, well, maybe that's as easy as plugging it in and then tidying this up a little bit. Oh my God.
I doubt that's actually wired correctly. Oh, it's zip tied in.
Oh, I brought a tool for that in here.
And then this is routed through the Dakota Digital stuff, even though it's not anything to do with it. That stuff you can just cut out. It's fucking the eighth or the stupid alarm shit.
Dude, I don't know where the alarm shit starts and where the OEM shit ends.
That's fair.
This was an Audio Express job for sure. And I don't want to cut the ignition stuff, right?
No. I mean, I think it actually has a lot of the ignition stuff, even the connectors for it.
Oh.
The dude literally wrapped around one of these black wires around those ones.
That's why I was like, dude, we're taking the dash out. Like, we're just going to take all of this and throw it the fuck away.
I think that's the gist of it.
That has some house connectors on. Oh, no, it's fine.
Ugh.
Hell yeah.
All right.
That's how it should look.
Yeah?
We can just shove it over here.
Push? Ooh.
Well, all the lighters are upside down.
All the fuses, you mean?
Yeah.
So we'll do all the wires for the engine first. That way we can also plug in anything to this connector that we might have to. Because like this little thing here, there was 2 spots in the fuse box for it, so I'm sure there's something we gotta add there. What are we stuck on? There we go. We essentially ripped out almost all of the wiring in the car. The only thing that we kind of left in there was the battery wiring, the brake light wiring, which actually had a connector, which might be nice for us. We'll see. I'm putting the alternator stuff. We're getting the engine wires all ran to where they go, and then we're going to worry about the headlight stuff after that. But we are going to see if we can get this thing to start. So once we get the engine stuff done, we're going to go underneath and try to get like the key and other things going on. Fred's running off to try to figure something out so that we can put the fuel line to the carburetor, because we don't have that fitting. I don't know why not, but we're just finding more and more that it wasn't just wiring that was needed. Yeah, so we're just, trying to route everything, and then we have wire loom on its way. That way this can be decently pretty.
Yeah, I was gonna do that with one hand.
Yeah, we have most of the motor, all of the motor wired up. There's like, I don't know, 10 wires to this thing. We have the fuse stuff going inside. We have the key stuff plugged in. Where this is actually the battery or the fuel pump wire we found. We're going to makeshift do it just to see if it works, because we have fuel lines ran, so on and so forth. We're just gonna see if it works. I'm gonna check the dipstick because we don't know. Oh, something dripped off of it.
Nothing.
No power?
I don't know if it's the connectors up in there. Maybe I didn't get those on right. I don't know how they came off, so I just shoved them in there. And
fair. If you want to grab the voltmeter and just check at the big fuse.
that gas smells straight up fucking rancid.
What?
We
couldn't figure it out, so we brought in the expert.
Yeah.
And he told us it might be 180 out. You guys should check it.
Yeah.
And so we did.
And the distributor, we're pretty sure, was 180 out. So
yeah.
We reset it, and we're gonna give it a try.
Yep.
Have you in that?
You're in it already.
Yeah.
He's Fred's. I don't claim that one. Hey! There's a bunch of rat shit flying. Turn it off, turn it off. We're good. We're good. We'll figure out everything else later, but it started. Shit was, like the fan was kicking up stuff and I was being attacked. Now that it runs, happy, for one. Two, now I'm gonna go to our original plan of getting the wiring front done and then the wiring back done of the firewall or bulkhead or whatever the hell you wanna call that thing. The AC stuff, after looking at it, we might just be plugging that stuff back together. I think really all we do is give power to it because it's got an HVAC power and then it'll kind of self-sustain run itself. We'll still have to figure out AC, and I'm pretty sure it's an R12 kit, so we'll have to do all the other stuff for getting that to work. But I'm just gonna be running through this right now and connecting all the wires where they're supposed to go. So yeah, I'm getting the headlight wiring. I did have to order a headlight wire or headlight relay kit, but Painless also thought through that, and literally I just wire everything up to the headlights the way it should. And then when I get the Painless relay kit, because these are halogen lights, I unplug the headlights, plug in the kit, and it's done. Only thing I gotta run is battery power to the kit, which is gonna be stupid simple. So these ones make sense. A ground for each light, inside headlight, outside headlight, blinker, and running light. And then this ground would just run to the chassis. But I'm gonna check what this one is, because I don't know if this is like a horn one or what, but the horn should just ground on the chassis. Another one of the interior harness, we are going to have another one of the interior harness done. We'll give you kind of a shot before the dash is on and whatnot in a future video. But essentially this is just telling you, like, hey, if you ever have anything like this where you look under it and you go, I don't know how many people have been under here splicing wires and just doing all kinds of shoddy repairs and everything, like even pack rat damage, and you're doing kind of a restoration like this. Painless harness makes wiring simple. If you've ever done wiring, if you've ever tried to trace something or any of this other stuff with old wiring, you probably know it's the last thing you ever want to do, because there's schematics, you have to be able to read them, you have to understand like wire colors. A lot of them don't even have colors, they just have the little letters next to them. You have to know, that LB means light blue instead of something else. So Painless literally takes all of the guesswork out of it. And the nice thing, like with the headlight harness and stuff like that, and even the engine harness, any wire they give you is grossly longer than you need, because the worst thing that I've ever experienced is having to extend a wire to get where I want to go. I've done many harnesses and stuff like that without Painless, and I get them done. It's just nowhere near as fast as a Painless harness. So, like I said, we're just gonna go through and, route all the wires where they need to be in here, get it all pretty. We're gonna clean up, any of the extra stuff, and we're gonna toss away all of the old wiring. But yeah, this is just one of those videos of, if you ever have a wiring project, look for Painless first.